Alright guys, today I'll be reviewing Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort. This ride is unfortunately SB&O right now, but luckily it's just getting a nice retrack. When will it open? I mean, only God knows, given Disney being Disney. But it also has been a while since I've ridden this, more than 5 years, which usually if I've ridden a coaster 5 years ago or longer ago, I don't review it. But that being said, I just wanted to review this because I was thinking of rides that had fantastic theming and decor, but pretty lackluster and boring layouts, sort of like Laugh Track in a way, and this is definitely one of them. So let's start off with that presentation. It's fantastic. I mean, yeah, Disney does do a great job, especially older Disney, and wow, this facade looks incredible. All the rockwork blends in perfectly with the land. It looks amazing. Now, once you actually get into the queue, you're going to notice that it's a pretty big line usually. It's very rarely a walk-on. I've only been here twice, but both times it was a pretty decent wait. Nothing too bad. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train definitely has the worst wait in the park, but that being said, you don't want to get stuck in this line either. However, this line absolutely moves. This line moves faster than pretty much any other line I've experienced, with the exception of Phoenix and Twister at Knoebels. It is that good. That's probably the third fastest moving line I've experienced on any coaster. So once you actually get up to the station, you're going to get assigned a row, and I've actually only experienced this in the front, which is kind of crazy. I'm fine with that. I don't think I'm missing anything in the back. There could be one pop of airtime that I'm missing in the back row, but that being said, this ride is not about the forces. This ride is deceiving. It looks like it should be a mine train such as Runaway Mine Train at Six Flags Great Adventure or Adventure Express at Kings Island, but it's just not. Don't go in expecting vicious laterals or little airtime kinks, and it looks like there should be some of those, but there unfortunately wasn't, at least based off my experience on this ride. So let's get into the layout. You're going to start off with a pretty tame pre-lift section, and it's alright. I mean, it just gets you warmed up. There's not much to get warmed up for, but it's alright. It'll get the kids warmed up, and then you enter the first lift hill section, and wow, this looks incredible. You're seeing it right now, and my god, does that cave look cool. You got the water coming out. It's just one of the coolest parts of any coaster, in terms of looks, obviously, not in terms of the actual ride experience. But once you actually get into that ride experience, you're going to be greeted with a couple of tame turns to start the ride, and I mean really tame. Absolutely no hint of laterals on these, unfortunately, which it looks like there should be, but there's not. And then you're going to head into a little dip into a pop, which looks like it should give good airtime, but unfortunately, you stay right in your seat, and then you'll head through a couple more turns, blasting through some rock work, and then you hit a few bunny hops, which unfortunately don't do anything. Like I said, this is not a ride for forces. It looks like it should give forces, but Disney definitely knew what they were doing, making this very tame and family friendly. And then you'll hit the second lift hill. You get this phenomenal view of everything around you. It is one of the coolest views on any coaster, even though it is artificial. I mean, I'd personally rather see something like the view from Lightning Rod at Dollywood, but that's just my opinion. I like nature more than artificial. But then you head into the second third of the ride, and this one's alright. It's probably the best third, but it's still nothing special. You start off with a turn into another pop-up. You don't really get airtime there. That's probably the closest thing to airtime. Then you go through this helix, not giving laterals or force. You hit an airtime hill, which doesn't do anything, unfortunately, before going through this turn, which actually does give some laterals, I'll admit. They're nothing strong by any means, but it's whatever. Then you head into the third lift hill, and this one looks almost as good as the first. I don't think it looks as good as the first, but it is also a phenomenal lift hill, given everything around you. Disney does a phenomenal job. You got the railroad tracks over you. It's great. And then you head into the third, and this one is also extremely underwhelming. You hit a little pop-up, and this one doesn't look like it should do anything, and it definitely does not. It is extremely weak. You hit a few more turns, which, I mean, they don't do anything. They're just there to get you back to the brakes after that third lift hill, and to extend the ride length. You don't get laterals on these, no good force. It's just kind of lame. And then that's the brake run. That is your ride on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom. This ride is deceiving. It looks like it should be an 8 out of 10 coaster. It looks like it should dish out violent laterals, great airtime, but even 10-year-old me can realize that this thing did not have any of that. And if you know 10-year-old me, you know he said some outrageous things about some pretty mediocre rides. So for Big Thunder Mountain's final score, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. There's only one okay moment of laterals and the rest is completely bone dry of any forces, but the theming is fantastic. So that's my review of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.